Hey. Erica Durance, how are you?
Fancy meeting you here.
Fancy meeting me here. No, I'm not Clark Kent. I'm Jason Z, but I want to talk to you about season 8.
Okay.
Are you excited that you got the guy sitting across the desk from you?
Well, you know, I bided my time over the last 4 years, and now I win.
Yeah.
And he's there all the time, and one day I'll snag him.
Uh-huh.
I know it.
I know. So when you guys are like looking over at each other, you're making eyes, you're passing notes to each other, any of that going on?
I try to irritate him a lot to get attention.
Okay.
I'm an attention grabber. Lois sees herself as his mentor, and the whole kind of funny irony of it all is that she thinks she's teaching him how to get the scoop and how to write the story, and she corrects all his, all of his
blunders.
She proofs all his blunders, yes.
Okay.
And of course, then he has to save her in the end, and she's completely unaware of it, which is the Smallville kind of
dynamic,
mythos, right?
Yeah. Right. I'm just really excited to be sitting somewhere where it says you got your own name.
Lois Lane, that made me very excited.
When you finally got
that.
Yeah.
I would carried it around.
So Lois kind of gets in the way for Clark saving the world, but she has a different take on it. Tell me about that.
Well, of course, because she thinks that he's just this country bumpkin that can't do anything, and she's mentoring him, and so we go out to find the bad guy, and we're on the hunt of it, and he's trying to find all these ways to get away from me, and I'm like, and what do you think you can do by yourself? Because you're
exactly.
useless.
Yeah.
And so you see him just.
I'm
trying
the
to
one
be,
with the skills, and you're just messing everything up.
I got some skills here, and you're not even paying attention. And she has a lot of moments where she's involved in instructing him, and she kind of goes off on her own to tell him, and she turns around and he's gone, and gets very irritated. And she's always like, you know, I'm the one that solved this story, and you just took off and you quit going places.
Would you pay attention when I'm trying to teach you something?
Yeah,
all right?
or you'll never move on.
Do you ever get to see that blue and red like blur? Does Lois ever get to see that in?
Well, we are working in this season to introduce that whole dynamic, and about to film an episode now where actually she is saved by Clark, and as happenstance has it, Jimmy ends up getting a picture and then is on the hunt of the red and blue blur. Okay. And then at the end of the episode, she has made this statement that is now her mission in life.
To find out.
To find out who the superhero is and track him down.
Yes.
And of course she goes, Clark, come along.
Yes, come along.
We're gonna find him.
And try to be useful.
And I have to say, Clark's patience is quite incredible.
Yeah.
He's very long suffering.
Does she get kind of pushy?
Yeah, she's always pushy.
Hello, do you know her?
Hello.
All right. What was one of your favorite in this new season? What's going to be one of your favorite Lois investigation actions, or one of the personas that she takes on? Talk to me about one of them that come up.
Oh, well, the season's not finished yet, and every episode is getting better for me. And I'm allowed to be more involved, and they're playing that whole Lois Clark storyline, which I really like. Right. She also goes undercover in the one that I'm going to be working on, where she goes on a date with this fellow and thinks that she could take him on and like find out because he's a bad guy. And of course, then they have a big brawl, and she has to kick him and fight him, and whilst in her party dress, which is fun, right? so natural, right?
She's tough anyway she dresses, yeah.
And then I think they also gave me a hint that I may become part of the group of people in Smallville that gets superpowers for a while.
Ooh.
So just imagine Lois, but with the ability to throw people all over the place.
From the meteor? Is that how you're adopting them?
Well, I think I become some alien's wife. Or something like that.
All right.
So that'll be really fun.
Yeah.
And I hope they just play that to the hilt.
Become an alien's wife with superpowers while...
That gets to throw Clark.
Oh,
that
wow.
would be great. No, I mean, that's just me.
Not a lot of people get to do that.
That's me adding in.
Well, that's what you want to do. All right. Cool. So let's talk about Tess Mercer. How would Lois sum her up?
A bulldog.
A bulldog.
Very beautiful bulldog. Yeah. But she's very, very, very tough. She's... made it as a CEO in this man's world, and she won't give anyone an inch. And I think Lois wants to be, getting promotions on all those kinds of things, but she doesn't really like Lois. And so Lois never, sucks up to anyone. Right. So goes head to head with Tess a couple of times.
Thank you very much for having me here at the Daily Planet on the set of Smallville. Erica Durance.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.